So once again, welcome to the second section of the course. We already finished the requirements engineering subject. And what I'm going to do right now is to show you the part where we can practice this a little bit more. So you can connect onto the software engineering page on Moodle. And this is what you should see. I changed my role as a student. So I see my page as a student as well. So if you browse down, you will see case studies and exercise solutions. And there is the software engineering requirements, engineering study questions. So please click on those and you will see a series of questions there. And this is where we need to discuss. Okay. So I would suggest you to go over 1 to 4 right now, so we can discuss the first 4 questions. Okay. So I'm also reflecting them to my screen so you can see 4 different questions. What you need to do in here is basically to read the question itself and decide whether it is a system functional, user functional, system non-functional, user non-functional, or domain requirement. Did you understand what to do? Is it clear? Okay, go ahead. First 4. Giving you some 2 minutes to read and decide. There are so few of you guys, so I'm gonna do the first question and leave the rest to you as homework, and we'll discuss them in the next lecture, because most of the class is not here. And I can't do the lecture with only 5 people, and that's 5 is including me.
Okay.
Next week on Wednesday, we won't also have a class. So I told you this. Next week, Wednesday, I'm very, very busy with midterms. Some other courses that I do will have midterms. So there won't be a class. I will only do the class on Tuesday.
About our project gonna be pointed as a midterm, right?
You will have another project, not only one, but two projects.
Yeah, so we were not gonna have a midterm exam, so we're gonna have just projects, right?
Yes, you will only have projects, no midterm.
Okay.
But other
Okay.
courses that I teach has midterm, so I need to, arrange those. Technically, next week is the midterm exam week, I think, right?
Yeah. I have two other courses. I have a midterm.
When?
30th of April.
Yeah, see, next week is the exam week, so I'm just gonna skip the course. Just do it on Tuesday, okay?
All right, cool.
Right, let's just read the first four questions and I'll leave you guys to do whatever you want to do. So test your knowledge and understand on requirements engineering by solving the questions given below. Read the following sentences, decide whether these are functional, non-functional, system non-functional, or domain. The software shall have a register participant feature on the user interface in order to add a new user to the system. So first thing you should decide here, is it a user, system, or domain requirement? Which one?
User, right?
Are you sure? So let's read it again. The software shall have a register participant feature on the user interface in order to add a user to the system. You are right, it's a user requirement. But it is a functional requirement or a non-functional one? It is a functional requirement because it doesn't affect the system as a whole. So this answer should be B. User
so when it's
requirement.
So when it's effect, so it's gonna be non-functional requirement,
Yes,
right?
it affects only one portion of the system, that is the user interface. Do you see? So it is a functional requirement.
Okay.
Look at the next one. The user manual of the software should describe the system as a whole, should be internationally planned to be released in English, French, and Spanish. This is, as soon as you read the sentence, you should say that it's a non-functional requirement.
Non-functional, yeah.
Yes, it is affecting the system as a whole because it's a language thing, restriction put in there. It is a non-functional requirement. But then
and system non-functional system.
The user manual of the software should describe the system as a whole. It doesn't say exactly how this should be done. It should be divided into sections. So it is a user non-functional requirement. It's a user non-functional, not system, because it doesn't describe any detail of how the task would be done. Okay? The software shall summon an online assistant if the user clicks on the operator button. Under the help section in the main navigation menu, the assistant will be randomly selected from one of the machines in the customer service department, which the machine number that is a long integer and should be stored in an array list. This is definitely a system function requirement. It is a functional requirement because it details the task itself and it is about the capability of the system performing a specific task. And it tells you even that it is a long integer and it should be stored in an array list. It goes into so much detail to describe it, and it won't make sense to a project manager might not know what is an array list or an integer, a long integer. So it serves as the system and it is a functional requirement. So system functional requirements should be the answer. The next one, the retail cost should be $199 to publisher and distributor arrangements of the software marketing company. This shall not affect the development process of the software, as the publisher decided this price without discussing it with project manager or the development team. Now, this puts some restrictions on the application, because you see there is a problem here that there is a price tag and it wasn't actually discussed with the project manager and development team. To the development team, this is a domain requirement. But if you consider this as a whole, it is actually a user non-functional requirement, because this decision is going to affect the entire software, and it is a decision taken by the higher authority, which is going to affect more than one aspect of the software. So I will say it is a user non-functional requirement, and the reason is that it is an internal decision no matter what, because it is still regarded as the software marketing inside the software marketing policy. These are the arrangements done for the software. So it is not something that they are externally using. It is still taken as an internal decision, but taken from the higher authority. So this shows that the requirement is a user requirement, and it is a non-functional one because it will affect more than one feature of the system. Did you understand how to list them?
Yes. So
Okay.
first we have to know if it is user or system, and then functional or non-functional requirement.
Good. What I want you to do by next lecture is that please answer all questions. Okay, there are 20. And next lecture, we're going to discuss them. All right?
Okay.
Any questions before I end up?
Thank you very much.
Okay, guys, I'll see you in the next lecture. This means that I'm going to see you on next Tuesday, right? And I'm going to unlock the subject now even, so you can have a look should you want to. Please read this, the book. It's very important. I might have missed 1 or 2 points. The book mentions them in great detail, so it's nice if you actually, once we finish it, you read the book. The next chapter is system modeling. It's going to be the longest chapter that we cover throughout the course. This will be the longest one. It's quite long, but it's probably the most important chapter as well. So we're going to cover this chapter. We will start covering it by next lecture. So I'll see you guys in the next meeting. Thank you for coming today, and take care. I will upload this video to YouTube, so those who have missed, they can watch. Have a lovely day.
Thank you. Same for you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.